Hey everybody, this is Jason, the Life Science Educator and Science Outreach Manager here at the Children's Museum Houston. I am at the Science Station today to tell you what a comet is and then to show you how to make your very own comet at home with the help of an adult. Remember, science is really fun, but it can also be dangerous, and we are going to be using something a little bit dangerous today to make this kitchen comet. But if you have an adult with you and you follow the proper procedures like you'll see me do, then you'll be fine, okay? So, first of all, what is a comet? Way out in space, beyond Neptune, right before Pluto, and also beyond Pluto. There are all these mountain-sized dirty snowballs called comets. They might be the oldest things in our solar system. We don't really quite know yet because we haven't sent too many satellites to comets, but we are planning on sending more and more satellites to comets, so when we get more information about them, we'll probably find out that they are the oldest thing in our solar system. They're way out in space and they stay frozen, but something really interesting happens. Just like the planets, they go around the sun. And every once in a while, they get close enough to the sun that they begin to heat up. And when they begin to heat up, all that ice inside that comet starts to not melt or evaporate, but what we call sublimate. Sublimate is when something goes from a solid directly into a gas. So it begins to sublimate and it grows this long tail. And this long tail is visible to our eyes from the planet Earth depending on where the comet is. Sometimes we can't see them because they're being blocked by something, but sometimes we can. One of the most famous comets that we were first able to study this way was Halley's Comet. We know that Halley's Comet comes about every 75, 76 years. The last time we viewed it was in 1986, so the next time we're going to view it is in 2061. And if I stay healthy, I'll be one of those people who is lucky enough to see Halley's Comet 2 times. So I'm hoping that can happen. Now, comets don't last forever. A lot of people think that. Eventually, all that ice inside the comet gets melted enough, not melted, sublimated enough, and then it'll be blown apart by maybe the solar wind, or maybe an asteroid will hit it or something like that. So they don't last forever, but they do last a long time because they're not close to the sun very long. Remember, they're out there by Pluto, which is 3.7 billion miles away. So it takes quite a long time for them to get to the sun. They start to travel around the sun, and then they go back and they refreeze, okay? So that's a basic idea of what a comet is. We have visited a couple comets. We visited Comet Wield. We actually slammed a little satellite into it and got some information back. And you'll see when I start to make the comet what that information told us. So let's go ahead and make this comet, and then maybe you can try one at home with a responsible adult. Okay, first thing you're going to need is a plastic bag. A gallon size is really good. I'm going to open up this bag and I'm going to take some water. This is 16 ounces. This is the great thing about comets. Some are bigger, some are smaller, so you can make the comet what size you want to make it. But you're going to have to adjust everything else I do when you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and pour that water inside, all 16 ounces. There we go. And there we have the beginning. So there is water inside a comet. Everything freezes out in space. So ethane freezes, which is a gas, methane freezes, which is a gas, and water freezes. And they do find that out in the comets in space. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this right here, which is sand, and put it inside. Now there's no beach on the comet, but there is silicated matter, and that's what sand is. So we're going to put some sand in here to show it that that's something we find in a comet. Now I just poured the whole bag in because it's fun. And then you can close it up and kind of shake it up. And you can start to see it getting dirty. Remember, that's the big thing, they're dirty. Now, the next thing I'm going to put in was one of the surprise things we found when we slammed that satellite into Comet Wield. We had no idea that this stuff was inside a comet. It's not really this stuff. This is charcoal, but charcoal is carbon, and they found carbonated matter inside the comet. And that was really interesting to scientists because wherever you find carbon, many times you'll find living things. We are carbon-based life forms. So it's something that really interests scientists because there's water in a comet, there's carbon in a comet, so maybe there's microscopic life in a comet, which would be really cool to find out. So I'm going to go ahead and pour all that in here as well. So I'm just going to open it up and there we go, pour it on in. And then I'm gonna pick it up again, close it off, and sort of shake it up. Now you can see it's really dirty. It's really dirty. Okay. Now, the next thing I'm gonna put in is glass cleaner, not Windex. I can't afford Windex. I go with a generic glass cleaner. Glass cleaner is not in a Comet, but the gas that smells when you spray glass cleaner is in a Comet. That's called ammonia. So what this represents is all the other ice that can be found inside a Comet. Remember, we gotta have ice in here, and so far we don't have any of that, but I got a surprise for you in one moment. So I'm just gonna go ahead and spray some in there. I like my Comets really smelly, so I spray a lot. And I can already smell that ammonia. And there we go. And then I'm gonna go ahead and, once again, sort of shake it about, mix it up, do a thing. You'll notice that things will get dirty, okay? That's okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take my spoon and kind of mix it a little bit. And there we go. Now I have to do something to protect myself. I am going to put on these gloves, and I'm going to put on safety goggles or glasses, because I am now going to add the ice into the Comet. And the type of ice that we use is what we call dry ice. And it's inside of here. You'll see it in a moment. Dry ice is that stuff you see during Halloween at parties. It kind of, you put it inside water and all this kind of foggy smoke comes out. We're going to use that. What I want you to understand is that foggy smoke is actually carbon dioxide. This is frozen carbon dioxide, and here on the planet Earth, frozen carbon dioxide goes ahead and sublimates immediately. So when I put this inside this bag of dirty water, it's going to start to have a lot of billowing like gas come out, because it's actually so cold, it's going to freeze the water, but that gas is also escaping. So I'm going to start to put that inside. And there you go. You can see it coming out. And you want to put quite a bit inside. There's about 3 pounds in here. I'm not going to use all of it, but there's quite a bit. All right, just one more scoop, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to really get the gas going. And then I'm going to go ahead, I'm not going to seal it, I'm just going to sort of close it up a little bit, and then I'm going to squish it together over this so I can get rid of all the junk that I don't need. You don't want to press hard, you just want to feel it coming together. That's all. And I really felt it coming together. Now I'm going to set it down carefully, and then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut it open. And you can see that the Comet is right in here. I made a very large Comet, and there it is. This is our Comet right here. And this is what they look like in outer space, except they're much larger. They're the size of a mountain. The biggest ones are the size of Mount Everest, which is the largest mountain on our planet Earth. So that's pretty cool, huh? Now, the one big thing we always do is we always name our comets. So I'm going to just name this one really simple. I'm going to name it Comet Science Station, because we're at the Science Station here at the Children's Museum Houston. Or I can call it Comet CMH, Children's Museum Houston. But it's always good to name the comets so we know which one is which. I'm going to go ahead and take my gloves off now and my glasses. And I'm going to go ahead and say my farewells to you. But here's something. I'd love you to make a kitchen comet with your responsible adult, and either videotape it or take pictures of your process, and then go ahead and send those pictures to our social media. We have Facebook, we have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have it all. Also, if you are watching this on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. That way you'll get notifications of all the science we are doing. Whether it be these kind of science experiments, Mr. O's Oh Wow moments, also other stuff like our story times, our Tot Tunes, Tater Tot Band, all of that good stuff. With that, I'm going to say my farewells right now. I hope you're doing well. I hope I see you soon, and have a great day. Bye for now.